The galaxy was on the brink of collapse, with the fragile peace between the Terran Empire and the Salari Assembly hanging by a thread. It was in this volatile environment that Captain Jaxon Vashin, commander of the Terran supercarrier, Endeavor's Hope, found himself at the center of a maelstrom. As he stood on the bridge, gazing out at the stars, the weight of his responsibility was palpable. The Endeavor's Hope was the last bastion of hope for the Terrans, a symbol of their unyielding spirit in the face of war. The silence was oppressive, broken only by the steady hum of the ship's engines and the soft beeps of the consoles. Jackson's eyes narrowed as he watched the Salari fleet gather on the viewscreen, their ships a menacing presence that seemed to darken the very fabric of space. The tension was palpable, and Jackson's crew held their collective breath as they awaited the Salari commander's response. Suddenly, a voice cut through the silence, its melodic tones a stark contrast to the cold, metallic atmosphere of the bridge. Empress Lyrian's face appeared on the viewscreen, her eyes piercing as she addressed Jaxon directly. "Captain Vashin, I require your presence on Sildra Prime. The situation is delicate." Jackson's instincts screamed warning, but he knew that refusing the Empress's request was not an option. As the Endeavor's Hope docked at Sildra Prime, Jaxon was struck by the beauty of the planet. The city world was a marvel of Salari engineering, with towering spires and grand architecture that seemed to defy gravity. But Jackson's wonder was short-lived, as he was quickly ushered into the Imperial Palace, where he was greeted by the Empress herself. Lyrian's presence was commanding, her gaze piercing as she revealed the reason for Jackson's summons. "My daughters, the princesses, have gone missing. I believe they may have been taken by those who seek to undermine our fragile peace." Jackson's gut twisted with a mix of anger and concern. He knew that the princess's safety was paramount, not just for the Salari but for the entire galaxy. Without hesitation, Jaxon agreed to help the Empress. Together, they pored over intelligence reports and devised a plan to locate the missing princesses. As they worked, Jaxon found himself drawn to Lyrian's strength and determination. He realized that, despite their differences, they shared a common goal: to protect their people and forge a lasting peace. The search for the princesses led Jaxon and Lyrian on a perilous journey through the treacherous underworld of Sildra Prime. They navigated through crowded markets and dodged hostile factions, all while avoiding the watchful eyes of those who sought to exploit the situation. As they finally located the princesses, huddled together in a hidden sanctuary, Jaxon felt a sense of relief wash over him. But it was short-lived, as they were ambushed by traitors seeking to claim the throne. Jackson's training kicked in, and he fought alongside Lyrian, their movements a testament to their growing trust in each other. In the aftermath of the battle, as they stood victorious but battered, Lyrian's gaze locked onto Jackson's. For a moment, the world around them melted away, and all that remained was the spark of connection between them. Jaxon knew, in that instant, that his life was about to change forever. The days that followed were a blur of diplomatic meetings and strategic discussions, as Jaxon and Lyrian worked together to solidify the peace between their peoples. But it was not just the fate of their empires that hung in the balance, it was the future of their own hearts. As the Endeavor's Hope prepared to depart, Lyrian appeared on the bridge, her presence a surprise to Jaxon. "I have a proposition for you, Captain," she said, her voice low and husky. "One that could change the course of our galaxy's history." Jackson's heart pounded in his chest as he met her gaze, the promise of a new dawn shining bright between them. The Empress's proposal was simple: remain by her side as her consort and ally, and together forge a new future for their peoples. Jaxon knew that it was a risk, one that could either bring about a new era of peace or condemn their worlds to further conflict. But as he looked into Lyrian's eyes, he saw a glimmer of something more, a chance to build a life together, one that transcended duty and diplomacy. Jaxon took a deep breath, the weight of his decision settling upon him. He nodded, his voice firm. "I'm in, Lyrian. Let's do this." The galaxy would never be the same again, as Jaxon Vashin, captain of the Endeavor's Hope, embarked on a journey that would take him to the very heart of the Salari Empire and into the arms of its enigmatic empress.